The legacy continues for Love Without Reason. They recently reached a major milestone, their 1,000th surgery. I'm joined by Susan Matthews, the co-founder of Love Without Reason. Susan, welcome. Always good seeing you and talking about Love Without Reason and what you all are doing.
Thank you so much, Latrice.
A major milestone, your 1,000th surgery. Talk about the significance of that, Susan.
Well, I think anyone who starts a nonprofit can understand there's sweat, blood, and tears that goes into starting a nonprofit. And when we started the organization, I don't think we saw this in our vision. It's been a lot of work. It's been a journey, definitely, these last 17 years. But it's just so incredible. I think we're still trying to absorb the fact that we have reached this milestone and this many families impacted in children around the world.
In 17 years. And so tell me about that 1,000th surgery, where it was, and a little bit maybe about the patient, if you can.
Sure. So the young man, his name was Anand. Anand means joy, and he was born with a bilateral cleft lip and palate. Apparently, the story that his parents said that is they tried to go to different avenues, to different hospitals to get help for him when he was born, and just weren't able to afford the surgery. And after so many times of also being rejected by different other camps that had come in that place because he was underweight. Children with bilateral lip and also with cleft palate can also have feeding and nourishment issues. So he was underweight. They just thought, you know what, this is his destiny. This is the way he's going to be for the rest of his life. And they didn't expect it, but at age 6, he comes to our camp and they thought, let's just try and get him screened, and he was okay. He was fit for surgery. The team, as lab work, everything was he was determined to be fit for surgery, and he got his repair done, and now he's going to be able to go to kindergarten. I mean, his whole world is going to change now.
That is just so amazing. You don't think about how that impacts the life of a child.
Yes.
And, when you just feel like, oh, I can't live a normal life. I can't do things that normal kids. I'm not looked at as normal.
Yes.
And then you come in and you perform a surgery like this, and it just transforms their life and the lives of their family as well. So, and you just have to walk away, I'm sure, after that 1,000th surgery, probably feeling as much pride and joy and happiness as the patient and his family.
Absolutely, and this took place in a rural part of the state of India called Bihar, India. And that particular place, they said, the hospital that we partnered with there, Duncan Hospital, they told us that there has not been a cleft camp in 18 years. So you can imagine, there are even adults that showed up for the cleft camp. Yeah.
Wow. You talk about how this got started and your inspiration, and of course, as I tell you every time you come here, that he was always like, I was just always so glad every time I saw Philip. I mean, how could you not be? He always had a smile on his face. And so talk about that for people who don't know about your inspiration and your son, Philip.
Sure.
Your late son, Philip.
Yes, Philip lived for 19 years. He was very fortunate. We were born here in Chattanooga, where we had all the resources. We had Erlanger and Dr. Sargent and the entire craniofacial team. They actually mapped out Philip's life from the time he was born, of what they were going to do, at what age they were going to do his surgeries for 18 years. And that's because it was so complicated, so many things that was wrong with Philip's face, that he had to have all of these surgeries done at these different stages in life. And we were just, in our heart, it was like there was a reason why we had him. We didn't understand that, but when we understood that if he had been born in India, where my husband was born, his story would have been different. We wouldn't have had speech therapy. Maybe Philip wouldn't have been able to speak or even been able to be fed and just grow and thrive and strive. And so his whole world was different, and that was our passion, to help children who don't have the access to surgeons like this, or in a place like Bihar, where 18 years there's not been one cleft surgery, one cleft camp done there. How many children are like this? They don't have a voice, and they're growing up like that. That was our passion, to help other children like Philip, and his dream was, I want to work until the world is cleft free. I want to work until there are no more sold into slavery, because children that are born like this are also sold into human trafficking networks.
And that's an interesting point that you've made before, that I don't think a lot of people realize that,
Yes.
that's tied into this. That, you want to help these kids again, because not only you want to give them a reason to smile and a chance at as normal a life as possible, but also to prevent them
Yes.
from being sold into human trafficking.
Absolutely. And during this camp that we had last month, for example, there were 40 families that came for screening. And we took the time with every one of them to tell the parents or the adults that were there, this is the link between human trafficking. These are the local sources that you can contact if somebody approaches you, because if the parents don't know, they don't know what to report. And so that's how we understood. I mean, we didn't know the link either when we started Love Without Reason, but as we understood and researched, it was like, man, if we can do this surgery, if we find the children first, we can have, their whole future can be changed.
Well, again, like I said, amazing work that you all continue to do, Susan. Always a joy to talk to you. And anybody who wants to know more about Love Without Reason, you can go to their website there to find out more about this organization and how you can get involved and support or help them. And again, congratulations on your 1,000th surgery,
Thank
Susan.
you so much.